So we got that recorder going. Let's rock and roll here, folks. There we are. Okay, so here let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be covering here, folks. Is we're going to talk about how to create a mortgage lead engine. More specifically, how to use online advertisements for mass lead generation. Now, these are new strategies, brand new strategies for 2016. What worked even a year ago, folks, does not necessarily mean it works now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about the challenges and some of the things that might, hang up your results and kind of keep you from moving forward. We're going to talk about the proper way to pick ads and online ads that are really going to work this time for you. We're going to talk about and address landing pages, and then we're going to show you how to tie everything together using a marketing and sales funnel. Okay, so we're going to get really deep into these particular strategies here in a way that you've probably not seen before. Now, most of you folks have been on my webinars before, but if you have not, folks, my name is Chad Weber. I'm a mortgage lead generation specialist. I'm also a web developer. I participate in a lot of different niches out there, but my primary is the mortgage industry. I've been involved in for nearly 20 years now in one way or another. Yes, I've been a loan officer. Yes, I've run my own mortgage company. Been there, done that, folks. This is not one of those cases of somebody who's never been a loan officer trying to sit here and tell you, well, how to be a loan officer, okay? So 20 years experience in the industry, or just so. But my specialty, folks, is lead generation. You won't hear me talking about how to fill out your apps, how to do this, how to do that, how to be a loan officer. I'm here to show you how to be profitable as a loan officer, how to capture more leads, okay? So the one big question that I keep getting asked is why do things seem to be getting harder and harder as you go along? In a lot of industries or a lot of career paths, the longer you're in that career, the easier things seem to be. But we almost have it backwards in the mortgage industry. It seems to be getting more and more difficult. But oftentimes, folks, that difficulty is stemming from the changes in the way people shop, in the way people buy. The web has been changing and evolving so rapidly, it can get to be extremely frustrating trying to keep up and figure out, well, what works today versus what worked yesterday, right? In fact, why don't you guys let me know? Why don't you guys just let me know in the chat box there, what do you see as being your preeminent challenge when it comes to lead generation? Why don't you guys just let me know that in the chat box? And as I go along, I'll start to glance through that, and that'll tell me which issues to address most. But what do you think stops you from getting the results that you really want to get? What do you think is just kind of throwing a monkey wrench into your plans when it comes to generating leads online? In other words, do you think it's more technology based and trying to learn those things, or do you think it's more, hey, I don't know where to start, or hey, I'm not creative enough in my marketing message, I don't know what to say to folks? Just tell me a little bit about what those challenges are, and I'll be browsing through those as I go along, okay? But this is one of the slides. You might recognize this. I had this slide in video number 1 of the previous 3 video series for how to build a mortgage lead engine. And that slide was focused on why things are getting to be more difficult. When loan officers say, hey, things just aren't the way they used to be, well, here are some of the reasons why that I really want you guys to wrap your arms around. Number one, one of the top strategies that you keep hearing more and more and more of from just about every guru out there is Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. Now in the videos, you guys know I talked about more than just Facebook. We talked about YouTube and video ads. We talked about how to get ads on websites all over the web, essentially, not just Facebook. But even just Facebook, there have been so many folks jumping on board the Facebook ads platform in the past year that costs rose by 54% just in the past 12 months. The number of companies using online ads, 27% more in 2015 than in 2014. It's growing at 5 times the rate of offline marketing strategies. So what that means, guys, is more competition, right? But more consumers are using ad blockers now. So even the folks that learn how to run ads online, what they're finding is the audience is kind of shrinking in some areas just because of the fact that more people are using those ad blockers that pretty much block just about any ad out there. ad blocker installs rose 40% last year. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, right? It makes it more difficult. So really what that means is we have higher costs, we have more competition, we have increasingly picky borrowers, because what happens when more people are marketing to folks than less? What happens when they have more than just one option? What happens when they have too many options? They become pickier, right? They realize, hey, you know what? I'm in charge here because I'm not just a commodity. These folks need me because it's a shrinking market. So when we talk about these things, it's easy to ask, well, then why should I even bother, Chad? What are you on here telling us we should be marketing online for? Well, because number one, online marketing guys can deliver immediate results. Contrary to most forms of marketing, it's something that you can kick off at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. in the morning, and by 10 or 11 a.m. you already have your first leads flowing over. So it's darn near immediate impact on your business. It has a much lower cost as well. Even with costs rising on some websites, such as Facebook ads, if you know what you're doing, if you know the resources and where to go to run ads properly, where all the other folks aren't going, your costs can be literally pennies on the dollar compared to traditional forms of marketing. It's easier to track. We know if something's working pretty much instantly because it's so easy to track in a way that we cannot track offline. We can reach people in the market that are looking to buy or sell a home or refinance or whatever type of loan you're wanting to offer. We can reach them right now. There's no delay from when you flip the switch to when that person is seeing your ads. And then finally, it's scalability and growth. When you hit on something that's working for you and you say, okay, well, that helped me close an extra loan last month. Well, now I want to close an extra 3, 4, or 5 this month. Because the results are instant, the scalability, folks, is out of this world. The potential is there to just blow up your business that quickly. All right, so I'm sure I don't need to convince you guys why it's important to be marketing online. So let's go ahead and let's start talking about how to get immediate results. Let's talk about how to remove that guesswork from, hey, is this going to work for me or not? And then let's use the changes that we've been seeing in the marketplace for 2016 to our advantage. So I talked about why it can be scary, the fact that, you know what, more people are using ad blockers, costs are rising on some of these ads platforms, more people are marketing online. But there are ways to actually turn those into positives. They don't have to be negatives. Okay, so how do we use that to our advantage? And that's what we're going to talk about right here, right now. So let's get rolling here, folks. Step number one when it comes to lead generation, folks, is how do we remove that guesswork and wondering, is something going to be working for you? Oops, I apologize, guys. Yeah, I see a couple comments coming over that some of you guys are seeing part of the slide is being obscured. That's actually the GoToWebinar pop-up window. I just moved that over. I apologize if that was blocking your view, folks. Okay, my mistake there. I moved it for you. All right, so when we talk about investigating ads, let me get a raise of hands here. Let me get some comments from you guys. Do you think it's easier to find something that already works and to model it, or do you think it's easier to reinvent the wheel? Let's get your feedback there, guys. Would you rather just recreate something that you already know is working, or would you rather sit back with a blank slate and start something from scratch? Okay, so I'm getting recreate, find something that works, modeling something. Okay, recreate. Arthur says plagiarism is the best form of flattery. Nice. Modeling in order to circumvent years of trial and error. Okay, so you guys, I don't have to convince you. You guys already know, right? It's just common sense that if something's already working, then why go out there and spend thousands of dollars in months or even years trying to stumble across what's working? So when I say review what's working now by viewing existing performance stats, let me hear from you guys. How many of you guys know exactly where to go and what to do in order to find out what's working right now versus how many of you guys, that's something that you're hoping to find out today? Okay, so I'm getting a lot of no clue, no clue. I got some triple question marks. Okay, QuantCast. Okay, QuantCast can work in a little bit. Okay, so I'm hearing crickets from Kent. Okay, hoping to find out today from Deborah. Mark, find out today. That's why I'm here, says Mike. Okay, well let me show you guys here firsthand. I'm going to exit these slides. Actually, you know what? Before I exit the slide, take a look at this, and I'll show you where this screenshot came from very shortly. But look at what we're seeing here on the screen right now. I actually pulled that up from looking at one of the #1 advertisers when it comes to real estate. Who do you think that is? Realtor.com, right? They spend more advertising dollars than any other website out there. So we decided, hey, you know what? If I'm going to recreate something looking to take a backdoor approach to finding people who are looking to buy a home or sell a home and they're going to need my services, then let's take a look at what's already working for the biggest advertiser out there. So let's look at what this is telling us here. First off, you see just a little thumbnail on the left-hand side of one of their ads. Now, I love this ad, guys. It says there's more out there than what Zillow's showing you. What I love about this is it's like they're just, boom, they have Zillow right in their sights. Okay, so they're trying to plant that seed of doubt of, hey, maybe I shouldn't be using Zillow because I could be missing out. I should be using Realtor.com. So it's a 300 by 250 pixel ad. And this ad has been clicked on 67,000 times, actually more than 67,000 times. The ad ran for 94 days before it stopped running on November the 11th of 2015, and it was replaced with the exact same ad that's still running today, except with a black background and white font is the only change they made. So I have all of these details here. Now down here I see the top publishers. I can see where they've been running those ads. So 17,000 of their clicks came from onlinesearches.com. And I can just kind of go down the list here. We got AdPost, we got Bisman Online, we got encyclopedia.com, Realty Today. And I can actually see exactly where they've been running their ads. But 67,000 clicks, guys. They ran it for over 3 months, and it was working so well that they continue to run it today, with the only change being a different color background. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the web. You guys can give me just a moment. I'm going to show you guys something here. Check this out. Okay, just give me just a second. I'm opening it up right now. You'll see your screen change in just a moment. Okay, why don't you guys give me a keyword? Give me a keyword of what you would like to know more about as far as deconstructing an ad campaign. What's a keyword? Are we looking at refinance? Are we looking at purchase? Are we looking at what kind of loans? Okay, so I'm getting refinance, refinance, refinance. Okay, boom. All right, so refinance is what I put in here. All right, find ads now. Okay, so let's just take a look. Let's see what's working out there. Give it just a moment. It's running pretty slow here just because GoToWebinar running in the background there, giving me some challenges. Okay, so before I run a single ad and spend a single penny, this is what I do. Okay, so the first thing that I want to know is, based off of the keyword refinance, what's working for other advertisers. Now, I can look at this over here on the left-hand side, and I can compare it to these over here. Now, check this one out over here, the most brilliant way to pay off your mortgage. Now, watch this. Boom, view insights. Okay, I can see that this particular ad was liked 320 times. It was shared 324 times. There were 30 comments. The average person, or the person they were targeting with this ad, was between the ages of 35 through 54. They were targeting female only in the United States, and I can view how much traffic, how many folks actually saw this ad. Okay, now as I go through here, I can see also, let's see what else they targeted. All right, down here. Okay, recommended interests, there we go. California HARP refinance, student loans, refinanced, HARP refinance, SC, refinance, the refined modern woman, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I could see what interest and likes they targeted for showing this ad on Facebook, because this is specifically Facebook ads only. You could tell this is a Facebook newsfeed style ad. Now down here, if I really, really want to check things out, I can actually click and check out their landing page too. So I'm not just seeing their ad, which says the most brilliant way to pay off your mortgage, and underneath it says homeowners get a bailout in 2015. But if I click on the darn thing, it completely redirects me to the landing page itself. So how's that for not having guesswork? I can actually view and compare the ads to see what worked and what didn't. Now, something that's been shared 324 times, specifically something as boring as a refinance ad, because we know that, hey, mortgages aren't exactly the most exciting thing in the world to most folks. That's kind of cool to be able to have those stats, right? So I went right through it. Now I don't just know their ad, but I know their target. I know how well it performed. I know how many shares, how many likes, how many comments. I can even click here and view the comments and see what people are saying. And I can go straight through and look at their landing page. Now, are you guys excited yet? All right. There we go. Okay. So I'm seeing some more. Anything else you guys want me to take a look at? Okay. Reverse mortgages. Is that what you guys want to see? Reverse mortgages? Yay or nay on that? Okay, because I'm seeing one, yay, 1, 2, boom. Okay, Dave says yes. Okay, purchases, mortgage. First-time home buyers, reverse mortgage. Oh, Randy says yuck to reverse mortgages. All right, so let me remove the word key refinance here. Let me just do the word mortgage. All right, let's just do the word mortgage, and then I'll throw reverse mortgages in here too. Okay, so there's enough to go around. All right, so I just threw the word mortgage in here. Now, when I get all of my results through here, when I'm doing this research, well, when the page reloads here in just a second, if you take a look to the left-hand column, one thing that most folks don't realize is that when you run ads on Facebook, you don't necessarily run the same ads on your news feed as you do on your right column versus mobile. A lot of these companies are running completely separate ads. So right now, we are only looking at news feed ads. But if I want to check out and see what these companies are running for right column ads, I can do that too. And then down here, I can actually see what mobile ads they're running as well. All right, so right here we have a VA loan ad right here, helping our military veteran friends and family find the best home and VA home loans. Okay, so that one was run 23 days ago. I got this one over here. Here's another veterans style loan. Now this one had better results than this one over here. We could see they're targeting between the ages of 35 and 54, 32 shares, 82 likes, targeting male only, and they ran this in just one state, the state of Texas. This one over here was run in the state of Alabama. So that's what I like about this, guys, is I can take a look and see what's being targeted. Okay, so right, down payment assistance programs. Okay. Now this one, check this one out here, the DPA program here, the down payment. Oops, my mistake. Let me scroll back up. Oh, there's Lower My Bills. We can see what they're running. Now remember, guys, these are companies that will spend over $1 million a month on ads. So I really want you to take seriously what you're seeing here. We don't want to sit there and go, oh, that wouldn't work in my market. Hey, when these guys are spending $1 million+ a month on their ads, big companies, pay attention because it's working, especially when we see that they keep running the same ad over and over and over again. Now this DPA campaign here, let me take a look. Okay, 962 likes, 89 comments, 689 shares. They targeted age brackets 35 through 54. It got a 5 out of 10 relevancy score from Facebook, which is pretty damn good. Okay, to get that on Facebook with a mortgage ad, that's exciting stuff. Okay, so I could see their headline, I could see what fan page it's connected to, here's their landing page link, and then down here, if I keep scrolling, I can see what interests they targeted. Okay, so this is the process that I follow. I promised you guys reverse mortgage, and then we're going to go back to our slides. I'm going to show you the next step in this process, but this is normally where I start. Okay. This is how I start, and yes, I'm seeing a lot of people saying, well, you know, what's the software? Where are you doing the search? I'm gonna answer all those questions for you guys. Okay, right now I just want you guys to see the process. Okay, so right now it's searching for reverse mortgage ads, and what I like about this is part of my competitive analysis, in that I'm also seeing the pages that they're attached to, so I can go and check out and see what they're doing, how many people they're connected with, all that good stuff. So now we're looking at reverse mortgage. Look at this one over here by Live Well Financial. Free reverse mortgage calculator. Find how much you qualify for. Reverse mortgage info, A+ BBB rating. This was targeting female only, 932 likes, 16 comments, and 171 shares. Okay. Now there's like 30, 40 of these things that I can scroll down through, and I can just keep going and keep going and keep going. Wow, this one down here had over 1,328 likes. So they're doing something right with this one right here. This bottom right, take a look at that. The orange shirt and the yellow house. This is a dark post style ad. This is not just your traditional ad, which I like that. So 1,328 likes, 87 comments, 240 shares. So I would deconstruct that. So do you guys see why I do this? I don't just throw an ad out there and just randomly pick a picture. No, I find out first what's working. Do my research. I will save these. See, I got this little star here I can click, and I'll save it in my favorites folder over here. And now I can come back and pick maybe the top 3 or top 5 and say, okay, I'm going to deconstruct. I'm not going to copy them. I'm not going to copy them, guys. We're not here to plagiarize. But I am going to learn from it and model it. So I'm going to use a similar approach, because I don't want to reinvent the wheel, but I don't want to plagiarize somebody else's work either. But I'm finding out, hey, how are they talking to these folks? What are the bullet points? You know, what kinds of images are working? So when folks ask me and say, hey, Chad, I would really love to be running ads, but I just don't know what works. I don't want to waste a bunch of money. Well, that's great. I understand perfectly, which is why I take this style approach, right? I'm removing that guesswork completely, and now it makes a whole lot more sense of why some people can just boom right out of the gate start getting results, whereas other people may spend 6, 7, 8, 9 months and tens of thousands of dollars and still feel like they're broke. So going back here to my first step is investigation. I review what's working now by viewing the performance stats online. Okay. So let's just kind of step back into our slides here for a moment. What's working in 2016? In other words, what should we be doing differently from what everybody else is doing? Well, first off, guys, is stop advertising where everyone else is advertising. Advertise in more places. What that means is you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. How many of you guys watched the 3 videos, the 3 video series that led up to this live call? If you watched it, then you know some of those other places of where you can advertise, how you can run ads even when folks are trying to find your competitors. Boom, they see your ad first. That's not happening. That's not happening on Facebook. That's happening on other ads platforms, and that's what I showed you guys in the videos. And the reason I'm showing you that is I want you to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of everybody else. You know, it's interesting. You know, we started teaching Facebook ads back in 2011. And just within the past 1.5 to 2 years, you start seeing all the other trainers jumping on board talking about Facebook ads as if they're this new and exciting thing. Guys, I was teaching that back in 2011. Those of you who took action back then had an opportunity to make a whole lot of cash, a whole lot of closed loans with very little competition when you're able to back then get two penny clicks, 1 and 2 penny clicks by comparison with almost no competition. So today, I'm telling you right now, if you want to be way ahead of before all those other trainers catch on and start teaching everybody, hey, advertise here, hey, advertise there, you should be advertising there now before everyone else catches on, because you'll be so far ahead, they'll never catch you. Okay, so when we talk about those different platforms, guys, make sure you are advertising on those platforms. Use a high information and content approach and use a backdoor approach. So remember, we talked about more ad blockers and people being less receptive to your typical ad. What's working in 2016? How many of you guys are familiar with the terminology advertorial? Give me a yay or nay if you know what an advertorial is. Okay, I'm getting some yeses, yeses, yeses. Okay, old school, you got it, absolutely. Advertorials, guys, it's not a new concept. These have been around for decades. But online, that's offline, online, most folks are not using them. An advertorial is simply a high content ad that looks more like an article. So it's a mashup of the word editorial and ad, thus the word advertorial. So it's advertising with an editorial approach. Okay, so online, what's working right now is when you are able to run ads and run landing pages that look more like content. In other words, we teach first, capture lead second. This is the backdoor approach, and yes, it is working. It's working far, far better than the blatant in-your-face ad. So let me show you. I'm going to show you this actually, give me just a second. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this in action. Okay, I'm not just going to talk to you about it. So let's go back to my previous stats where we were talking about Realtor.com. Now this ad right here is the one that we showed you first. That's been clicked over 67,000 times, and it's been running for 6+ months. So let's take a look at the landing page. What happens when somebody clicks on this? Hey, there's more out there than what Zillow is showing you, and this will give us an idea of what a backdoor approach looks like. Okay, so this is Realtor.com. This is their ad. Now, if you guys give me just a moment, I'm going to exit the slides, and I'm going to go to the landing page here. So give me just a moment to pull that up, and I'll show you guys how Realtor.com is doing it. Okay, there we go. We're almost open. And here comes the landing page. And boom. Here it comes, guys. All right, I love this. We've got them, they don't. Man, they're really, really targeting Zillow here, aren't they? So let's take a look at what they're doing here. Now, this is not a traditional landing page, is it? Because there's no lead form floating here in my face. Instead, what I see is the opportunity for me to browse houses for sale. And as I scroll down, I actually start seeing houses that are in my area because Realtor knows, Realtor.com, they know exactly where I'm at. They're letting me know that, hey, I can stick around here because, you know what, it's updated every 15 minutes with new homes. And then the most hilarious marketing video I've ever seen. You guys you absolutely have to watch this video. It's hilarious. Track this landing page down and go watch this video. It's so funny. They're just really tongue-in-cheek here going after Zillow. But point being is there's content on this page. Now let's hear it, guys. What do you think Realtor.com gets out of me going to this page if there's no lead form? What are they getting out of this? What's the point of me going to this page? There we go. Tracking pixel. You got it, Joel. Exactly. They're taking a backdoor approach. They get me here with the understanding that, hey, you know what? The people that are going here to search for homes are not doing it just for fun. They're probably either in the market or soon going to be in the market. So guess what just happened to me right now? Realtor.com just dropped a tracking pixel on me, and now they're going to retarget me with other ads as we go along, which I'm gonna actually show you how they're gonna retarget me. I'm gonna actually show you the ads this time. How many of you guys love the idea of retargeting but have never seen anybody actually show you how to do it properly and show you the ads and the landing pages and what to do, right? Well, that's what we're about to do here right now. I'm going to show you exactly how Realtor.com has been retargeting me since I've been to this page. I'm going to show you the actual ads, okay? So let me go back to my slides here. So we've seen their landing page, and we could see this was not a blatant in-your-face ad, as in they weren't asking me for a bunch of information. So let's go back to our slides here, and let's pull up and see what this process looks like now that I've been there. So how do you assemble a full-blown marketing funnel? Okay, so let me get that page open, and okay, boom. All right, so now let's look at the next ad that I see within about 48 hours of going to that landing page. Take a look. What do you think this is? Am I seeing this by accident? Oh, heck no. Now this particular ad, this is an advertorial style ad right here. Size matters. 10 things to consider when choosing a starter home. When I click here, guess where it brings me? It brings me to a full-blown article of a landing page. I get to read about a 1,000-word article And then finally, there are some lead forms on that page. But first, they engage me with the content, because what they're trying to find out now is now they're trying to ascertain, well, what's he looking for? You know, is this maybe a first-time home buyer? Because we know that in 2015, how many of you guys read the 2015 home buyers and sellers report put out by Realtor.com? If you read it, we know that 34% of all new homes purchased in 2015 were first-time home buyers. 34%, that's insane, right? So Realtor.com knows this, but so they want to start digging and finding out what's he looking for by running different types of ads for me to see, and then based off of what I click, we'll tell them, okay, am I clicking on looking at luxury homes, or am I clicking on articles about starter homes? Am I clicking on articles about FSBO? What am I clicking on? That will tell them what I'm looking for. This ad's been clicked on 86,000 times. Okay, so now let's follow their process. Here's how it all comes together. So this was the first thing that I saw, was this ad over here on the far left. There's more out there than what Zillow's showing you, so I love that ad. Now, when they retarget me, next thing you know, I'm seeing the ad that I just showed you, but they're also rotating that ad with this one right here. 5 things your home appraiser wishes you knew. It's an article that is, guess what it's called? An advertorial. Boom. Then down here, I'm seeing this one right here, building a new home, add these upgrades while they're cheap and easy. Why do you think they're showing me that ad? Because again, they're still trying to figure out, who am I? What am I trying to do here? Am I buying a starter home? Am I buying a luxury home? Am I trying to build? Am I more interested in selling at the moment? So they're running different ads that will appeal to different people at different stages of the process. Now over here, watch how to buy a house in 5 steps. This leads me to a video style advertorial when I click on this ad. And then over here, I see now they're advertising their app, that I should download their app so that I can keep up to date and not miss out on my potential dream home. That's a retargeting funnel sitting right here in front of you guys. See how it's done. A lot of people talk about retargeting, but a lot of folks, they know it sounds great, and they've probably been on the receiving end of retargeting. Go to Amazon.com, and next thing you know, you see that product or similar product ads over and over and over again. But how does it apply to the mortgage and real estate niche? How does it apply to you? How do you retarget? And this right here is an excellent, excellent example. Now, does that make more sense about how everything comes together? All right. Now, let's take a look here. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of questions coming over here. So Larry, hopefully this answered your question about the retargeting funnel as far as what kind of content we should be showing. Now let's think about it here, guys. Let's group brainstorm this with me, and let's talk about, this is one way to retarget. This is content that if you're taking that backdoor approach, as far as finding folks who are shopping for a home so that we can capture them before they have a loan officer and before they have a realtor. So now we have double duty, right? Now we can work the leads ourselves because they haven't picked out their loan officer yet, but guess what else we could do? Now I have leads to share with my realtors to keep them coming back and using me. That's why I like going after purchase, because A, what I just said, and B, the secondary reason is because it's cheaper. It's easier to run ads for something people enjoy doing, and people enjoy the process of picking out their home a heck of a lot more than they do talking to their loan officer and proving their income and worrying about what's going to go wrong with their loan. Wouldn't you agree? That's the more exciting part. It's just, it is what it is. There's one is a tangible, one's an intangible, and that's more of a commodity in that it's a requirement. They have to have it. But the house, finding your next dream home, that can be kind of fun. So I like to capitalize on that, and that's why I go this route. But let's say that I wanted to go after a different process. Let's say that I wanted to go after refinances, or I want to go after purchase loans without advertising houses and without advertising to folks shopping homes. What are some other content? What's some other content that you feel might appeal to those folks? What are their concerns? What are their questions? What are things that they might click on? I mean, I'll tell you right now, the how to buy a house in 5 steps, that's definitely heading in the right direction, right? Okay, so Michael says credit scores needed to buy a home, credit repair after a BK from Bruce, great. Tax advantages of home ownership versus rentals, Joel. Home inspection pitfalls from Craig. These are great, guys. Buying a home after BK or foreclosure or short sale, Jeff. Okay, excellent. I'll comment on the, there was one up here. Okay, I saw one the other day. Actually, it was a advertorial, and what they're showing is capitalizing on celebrities, on the names of well-known individuals. So they're actually showing, you know, hey, what would your mortgage payment be if you owned one of these celebrities' homes? And they took the top 5, you know, whoever the most relevant celebrities are at the time, and showing estimated payments. You know, hey, okay, so if you own this house, your monthly mortgage payment would be $19,872 a month. Oh, this one would be $22,000 a month, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, it's just more of a for fun style approach. But you can see how folks are starting to get creative, because you need to stand out in today's market when it's so easy to advertise to practically anyone. So you guys can see how individuals are starting to get creative with that content, you know, not just that dry, boring, same old, same old, same old. Okay, so why you should not buy a home by Bruce, okay. Buying a home after a divorce from Jeff, federal payment subsidy or first timers from Dave. So all great ideas. So you guys can see that there's no lack of ideas and there's no lack of potential content that you can retarget with. And I'm sure you'll agree that if folks are clicking on the content that you're recommending right now, then that tells you something about that person, that, hey, they're in the market. So we don't have to go for the jugular right out of the gate and capture a lead. Instead, if we run an ad and engage them first, but drop the cookie, and then circle back a couple days later with advertorial style content that also happens to have lead capture forms and calls to action on that page, you're going to have a much more fluid process and a much higher conversion rate and a much more engaged borrower. Now, something else that I recommended in our Facebook group, I don't know how many of you guys are a member of our Facebook group, but there was a discussion in there the other day about retargeting, and one of the individuals mentioned, hey, retargeting's been, you know, helping my conversion rate a little bit, but, you know, not as much as it could have. So what I shared was that when I retarget, when I drop that retargeting pixel, I set up my pixel to only fire after the person's been on that page for a minimum of 30 seconds. Now, everybody can pick their own time frame, but I know that if somebody stuck around for 30 seconds, then they're probably interested and they probably read the bulk of that article, versus somebody who jumps on your page and is only there for 5 or 6 seconds and leaves. Which do you think is a more engaged and a better prospect for you? The person that's taking the time to stick around and read, not the person who gets there and goes, ah, I'm not interested in this, and leaves. So that saves you some bucks on your retargeting, and you're showing your ads to the more engaged individuals. All right? Okay. So excellent, excellent, excellent. So all sorts of great advice with content recommendations here, folks. So the advantage of taking this approach is pretty darn clear. Because as you said at the beginning, guys, would you rather model something that already works, or would you rather start from scratch and reinvent the wheel? So the proper funnel, folks, means we stop guessing at what works. You don't have to guess anymore. Instead, A, we analyze the campaigns that are already active in your target market. B, we view the performance stats and we select the top performers. We don't just pick the #1 performer and go with that. Instead, we select multiples. Okay, because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, and I don't want to saturate the market with the same ad again and again and again. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate. And that's why I'm picking multiple top performers, maybe the top 3 or top 4. Now I'm going to model my lead generation campaign after after the top performers with my own little twist. So I'm not going to plagiarize, right? We don't want to get in trouble here. Instead, we're going to add our own little twist, our own little tweaks, okay? I'm going to use other high-performing campaigns to build my retargeting. In other words, here's the thing, guys, is a lot of you guys were asking about content for retargeting. When I'm doing my ad research, let's go back to that software again. Let's go back to the Ads Club software, and let me pop back over here again. When I'm researching these right here, when I'm researching these ads, I'm not just looking at them for my upfront ads, but I'm also looking at them for my retargeting. So if I'm saying, hey, well, what should I say to these folks in the retargeting ad number 2 or retargeting ad number 3? Okay, well, let me grab another one of these high performers, and that's going to be my follow-up. Again, why do I have to reinvent the wheel when I can find all sorts of awesome content sitting right in front of my face, right? So I'm saving these. I'm saving these to a file so I can come back and just build out my entire funnel, and I did not have to have a single original idea. Okay, so you may laugh at how funny that sounds, okay, but the bottom line is you know what? It's, again, easier to model what already works. So yes, I do want to add some originality to it, but even if you're the type of person that says, you know what, I'm a great loan officer, but I'm just not that creative, or maybe I'm not that creative when it comes to writing, I don't know what to write about. Well, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be uber successful these days when you can just model what already works by saving those top performers and using them in your retargeting as well, okay? So the end result here, folks, is that we're removing all the doubt, we're removing that uncertainty by only using proven performance as our baseline. So make the campaigns prove that they work with the research. John says, I am good at not having original ideas. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so what do you say, guys? Does this make a lot of sense? Are you seeing this as being a beneficial path? Are you seeing how this would be far more productive use of your time than just sitting back and starting from scratch? Okay, so Stephanie, Chad, does this sort by how successful the ad is? Absolutely, absolutely. Sure does. So I'm going to show you guys, you know, I've been teasing the Mortgage Ads Club here for a while. Okay, we put out a lot of content, we've done a lot of training, we got the video series, we've got articles, blog posts, all sorts of great things. But now it's time to show you the proof in the pudding, so to speak. Okay, so everything that we've just talked about, guys, that is Mortgage Ads Club. All right, so the software that I was logged into, that was just one piece of Mortgage Ads Club. That was the Facebook portion. Okay, so let's actually go through and let me show you guys how it works. Let me show you some really cool things here, because we've barely even touched or scraped the surface here of the iceberg. So as I mentioned, we have a news feed for our ad searching, but I can click over here and say, okay, now I want to search for right column style ads. Now the right column style ads are the smaller ads, and what this does is it pulls the data straight from a database that Facebook feeds to. So we're getting in new ads all the time. So right now it's just showing what are the most recent ads that have been posted, just random ads without keyword because we haven't put in a keyword yet. But if I just type out the word mortgage, or I could even put the word home loan in and just click find ads now, I'm going to be looking at the right column instead of ads that are showing up on the news feed. So I'm going to get a completely separate grouping of ads. Okay. So now I can see here, lower my bills, and check this out, guys. If you see something and you go, you know what, I wonder if that person does more. For example, if I click on lower my bills here, it'll show me all the rest of the mobile ads that Lower My Bills has been running. Okay, so now it's going to show me everything. So now we have calculate new house payment, okay, and we're learning if you pay close attention, you're going to really get an excellent education in what works and what doesn't work when running ads on Facebook, just by modeling what these guys are doing. But yeah, I can go through and see everything that Lower My Bills is doing, but as you can see here, it's pulling up all sorts of different mortgage loan ads. Now, you're going to get some of them here that just have the word mortgage in there, so not all of them are going to be mortgage ads, but the bulk of them are. And then once you get to the bottom, just click the load more, and it'll just keep loading more and keep loading more every time you get to the bottom as the ads permit. But if I want to make some changes here, now I can just see the mobile ads. I apologize. These are the right column we've been looking at. The mobile is down here. But then we also have something called Social Ad Spy. This feature is not every ad is a traditional ad, right? You get a lot of these big fan pages that have hundreds of thousands of followers, and what they do is they sponsor their content, they boost their posts, or they put dark post ads out there. So these don't show as traditional ads, so they won't be pulled up in those original feeds. But if I come over here, I could put my keyword, and I could tell the system to show me all ads or all posts, or only live posts, page posts, shared posts, video posts, or photo posts. So let's say you need new content for your Facebook page, plus for your blog, plus to put some articles out there for SEO purposes, and you know that photos are working really well at engaging folks, or maybe even videos. Then I can minimize and narrow my field down to just photos or just videos. Now only see photo content or just video content or just shared posts and so forth. But I'm going to do all, and maybe I only want to see stuff that's relevant within the past 30 days. So I could put right here, just this month or just last month, within the last month, or I could see all. And when I click search, what it's going to do is it's going to bring me over to Facebook, and it's going to show me everything that I just searched for. It's going to show me live in the feed all of the ads and all of the content that meet the criteria that I just selected. So now I can see, boom, it just redirected me, and here we go. All right, so I can see the first one here, right here at the top. Okay, 5 dirty mortgage secrets I learned while working as a loan tracker. So, and that was put out by Business Insider magazine. So remember, guys, when we were just talking about retargeting content, well, hey, where do I get content? Well, here's an easy way to get content, really easy. All I do is use the social spy, and now I can scroll through and see all the content that's being posted of a mortgage nature. And now I pick out, hey, what are some great topics? What are some things that apply to me? Here's another one by Money Magazine, and I can just keep scrolling down, and it'll just keep pulling them up as often as I need it. So pretty slick, huh? Awesome. Okay, so as I go through here, guys, and I find what I like, so now we're going over to the mobile feed. So now we're going to see completely different ads. So we have 3 different groupings of ads. Now I come in here and put in my keyword. If I want to narrow it down again, I have age filters, date filters, sort by newest, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so what got the most comments, what got the most shares, what got the most likes. So I can get as creative as I want. But again, I just put my keyword, mortgage loan, and do my search, and then now I'm going to get all my mobile ads. All right, so that's one piece. That's one piece of the mortgage ads club. Okay, but let's talk about the rest. Let's go back to my slideshow. So we talked about the performance statistics and being able to actually see the insights on the ad itself. But here's everything that you're actually able to do. Let me just get that back up here. There we are. Just a second here, folks, and I'll get to your questions in just a moment, I promise. Okay, so it's a Facebook ads software, so it's going to pull up those Facebook ads. You're able to search your ads based on target keywords or even specific advertisers, as I demonstrated, specific fan pages by a specific advertiser, such as Lower My Bills and so forth. You can view the news feeds ads. You can view sidebar ads. You can view mobile ads. You can also use the spy tool for hidden ads, such as sponsored posts, dark posts, and fan page posts. So that's great for getting content as well, not just advertisements, but it's really going to get your creative juices going, all right? And plus, since you're looking at it live in the Facebook feed, you can see how well it performed, how many likes, how many shares, and whatnot. You're seeing that all real time. Now, you're also able to pull up the insights and performance statistics on each of the ads. You're connected to the landing pages just so long as the landing pages are still active. Every now and again, I'd say so far, about 95% of them still have their landing pages active because what they do is they just kind of repurpose those links instead of always coming out with new links. So 95% of the time, you'll actually have a live landing page to go check out and deconstruct as well, which is pretty cool. Every once in a while, you'll get a dead link, but 95% of them have the landing pages. So for those of you who say, okay, I can get the clicks, but what landing pages work? What should my landing page say? What should it look like? Well, this is going to answer it for you guys. You could save your ads in your archive for later reference. So if you just want to make a kind of a favorites folder, which already exists in the system, but just fill it up with ads that you want to deconstruct and use at a later date, not throw a whole bunch of ads out there at once, you have that capability. You can keep track of your competition so that you're never running out of content. So if you have competitors that you want to keep up to date with, you can put in their names or their content within those search tools. So now you can keep an eye on your competition. So you can put any mortgage or real estate keyword in there. I mean, technically, if any of you guys are involved in other niches as well, I know some of you guys do insurance, some of you guys do credit repair, some of you guys do this or that or run a title company, whatever the case may be, you can put any keyword in there that you want. The software works. Now, within the members area, we've also we've created an archive of mortgage ads from all around the web. So not just Facebook, but we've been building a archive, and we go through and we add our notes and critiques of these landing pages. So we have mortgage landing pages and we have mortgage ads within the members area, and we're adding more each month. Okay, so we're hosting live members-only training on alternative lead sources. So we're not just talking Facebook, YouTube, and whatnot. Okay, we're talking additional traffic sources and lead sources on how to get leads, how to first get the traffic, then how to convert them into leads. So we're hosting live members-only training on those sources. You're going to get an education in YouTube ads that goes a lot deeper than the videos that we've done the past couple of weeks. We're going to be teaching the Facebook Power Editor. That's, man, guys, I mean, you got 12 different ad products now within the Power Editor that you can utilize. So once you learn how to use that sucker, boy, you'll be deploying ads very, very different from what your competition is. And even Google. You got the whole entire Google display network out there, folks. All right. In-depth training on alternative methods of landing page usage. That's another training, live training that'll be provided through the members area as well in Mortgage Ads Club. So landing pages have been evolving a lot over the past year. We're about to deploy 10 new landing page designs ourselves here within our mortgage lead pages. So we'll be teaching you all of those strategies as well. So I hope that's got you excited, guys. That's a whole lot of content and a whole lot of training and a whole lot of tools to completely remove that uncertainty. Complete clarity is what we're offering here. We want to give you complete clarity as to what's working and what's not, no guessing. Access to techniques that aren't being taught anywhere else. Again, usually what we're teaching, guys, is a couple years ahead of what those other guys are typically teaching. All right, so get a jump start on these strategies. The software gives you a supply of never-ending ideas, calls to action, content. It's just what I just refer to it as total online marketing domination. That's really what this is all about. I mean, imagine being the person who doesn't know how to do these things or doesn't have access to this information, trying to compete with somebody who does. Who do you think has that advantage? An insane advantage, in fact. Right? There we go. Absolutely, John. Okay, so let's talk about some additional usage as to how you can put these tools to use. Let's get creative here, guys. What do you think you could do with this type of information? Number one, imagine pulling up and creating an archive of competing ads in a particular marketplace and sharing those metrics or turning it into a report to share with your realtor partners to say, hey, look what I bring to the table. Look at all this great information. I can tell you what's working right now. I can help you with your advertising, and there's no guesswork involved because I'm going to give you reports that are real time. real data, not just guesswork, not just tips on, oh, hey, you could do better if you do this or do that. No, I'm going to show you what's actually working. Content updates. Imagine sending over a weekly or bi-weekly newsletter to agents with content ideas that you're pulling from your software. Local fan page. Okay, guys, you know that I've always taught that you're going to get a lot more fans by setting up a fan page that is not just mortgage related, but city specific. So, hey, what's going on in St. Louis? What's going on in Chicago? You know, what's going on in Atlanta, Georgia? Well, setting up those fan pages is great. You get a whole lot of fans, but then you wonder, well, what should I be talking about? Well, using the spy tool, you'll know what content is the most up to date and getting shared the most, and just showing again and again and again very popular content. Use it as a keyword search for local terms to come up with ideas. So you're creating your own little swipe file of the best content for posts, articles, SEO purposes, and more. So yeah, you're not just limited to using this for ads, guys. As you can see, this is pretty much a 360-degree solution. All right, so now we're getting down to the wire here. A lot of folks asking, okay, you know, what's happening here? What's this all about? Well, here it is, folks. Here it is. We're just going to cut to the chase. There are two options for our Mortgage Ads Club. We have a starter plan. It's $199 a month, and then we have our domination plan. That's $299 a month. Now, this is, we technically don't turn everything on until tomorrow. So everything goes live tomorrow. So what we're doing is, since this is pre-launch, guys, we've basically knocked $100 a month off, because once I roll this out, it's going to be $299 a month for starter and $399 for the domination plan. And you'll see why and what the difference is here in just a moment. I'll show you. But this is something that I'm limiting to 250 loan officers nationwide, because I don't want a million different people all basically sword fighting with each other, so to speak, with the software. And this is what we do with most of our software and our plans, right? We limit to make it effective. Something works when it's unique. When everybody's doing it, it waters it down. So 250 loan officers limit. So if you go to mortgageadsclub.com and you click to order, that'll get you the starter plan. The starter plan is what we just discussed. Now, if you are interested in the domination plan, and let me show you what's all included in that, then here's a completely separate link, mortgageadsclub.com/domination. And let me show you what is different and what else you get in that domination plan. Okay, here we go. All right, so with the Mortgage Ads Club domination plan, the first thing you get, guys, is you're not limited to just Facebook. You remember that ads report that I showed you earlier from Realtor.com, showing how many times it was clicked and showing all the different websites that they advertised it on? That's our new software that we currently have in development. It's not on the market yet. But with our domination plan, it's about a week away from us adding to the members area, about 7 to 10 days. That software allows you to search. It will search over 100 million websites and tell you exactly what ads, keyword searches, how many people clicked, what the landing pages looked like, how long was the ad kept active, anything you could possibly want to know. So it's not just Facebook, but it applies to Google, Yahoo, Bing, Gemini, basically every single content-based website out there. It will pull those ads from. Text ads and display ads. You could search for ads based off of size, based off of minimum performance, whatever you like. That gets added with the domination plan. Okay? In addition, with the domination plan, guys, is live ad critiques with me. So I will be hosting live trainings where I'm going to be critiquing ad campaigns and lead generation campaigns and showing you, hey, here's what's working now. Okay, I'm going to teach you what I like to call my Trulia and Zillow traffic lead generation strategy. In other words, imagine being able to show your ads to individuals that are about to go to Trulia and Zillow and those types of websites, but boom, you beat them to it. They see your ad before they even get there. somebody's going to those sites, what do you think they're looking for? I'm going to show you how to do that. We're doing our complete competitor strength and weakness report. Okay, a strength and weakness report that you get with the domination plan. You can pick out your competitors that you want to beat, and I will just completely rip them apart for you from a strategic standpoint, showing you exactly what they're doing, what are the strengths and weaknesses from a ranking standpoint, from an SEO standpoint, what keywords they could be ranking for or should be ranking for versus what they're not. You will know their strengths and weaknesses, so now you know how to beat them, and not just from a paid ad standpoint, but also from an SEO ranking standpoint. So imagine getting the free traffic as well. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how mobile friendly they are versus they aren't. Basically, when you get that report, you're going to see, okay, now I know where they stand, and now I know how to beat them. That's powerful, right? Extremely powerful. So you get that with your domination plan. Just basically pick out a competitor, and we will run that report for you. Okay, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that, I'll tell you that. Okay, beyond that, go beyond Facebook. So we just talked about that, the content network, the display network, so we go way beyond Facebook, and basically if it's an ad out there on the web, you'll be able to suck it in right into your dashboard and see what that ad is, pull up all of its performance metrics, and analyze to your heart's content. Okay, we're also going to be providing within the members area hand-picked campaign recommendations. So guys, you know that I'm constantly running live ads for companies all over the country, actually in multiple countries now. We do this not just in the US, but we also do it in 5 other countries too. And that gives me an opportunity to really see campaigns that are working right now. We're going to be posting our recommendations within the domination section of the members area. So that is mortgageadsclub.com/domination. Now, if you go, since it doesn't release till tomorrow, guys, yes, you enter in all your information and put your credit card and all that information in if you're wanting to sign up, but there's a delay on the charging. It will not charge you today. It will only charge you tomorrow when you actually have your logins, because that's when we officially roll out this, the members area in the software. Okay, so you enter everything in, but you will not be charged today. There's a 24-hour delay that we put into the system. All right, so that's mortgageadsclub.com/domination. If you just go to mortgageadsclub.com and click to order, you're going to get the starter plan. So, but either starter plan is the starter plan or the domination plan still gets you everything in the beginning that we talked about, and is an incredible, incredible leap in the right direction. All right, yes, Christopher, yes, you can cancel at any time. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me put that link in here for you guys. So give me just a second. I'm going to type that to the members area. All right, so I just put that link out there. I just sent it to all of you. So if you need something to click on, boom, there's the domination. So it should be showing. And then here is the basic is mortgageadsclub.com. All right, so I'm going to get to your questions now here, folks. I see a lot of questions have come over. All right, Jeff, Chad, can I start with the starter plan and upgrade at a later date? Yes, you can. All right, awesome, Christopher, fantastic. Welcome aboard. All right. Okay, Chad, do you have other webinars you mentioned in the beginning for us to reference on how to use Facebook ads and landing pages? Stephanie, yes. What you want to do is, let me see, I don't have the link off the top of my head. However, if you like, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, and I will get you the link to the replays on those other live trainings. Because, yeah, we did what's called the How to Build a Mortgage Lead Engine series, and that was performed over the past 3 weeks. So if you want to link to that, just email us, and we'll get that over to you. All right, so, okay, Brian, Chad, what kind of marketing budget should I have with the domination plan that goes beyond the $299 per month? My recommendation, is, first off, it's really going to depend on where you want to advertise. So most folks kind of start off with Facebook and then kind of expand to some of the other sources, YouTube being one of them just because it's so darn cheap. If you're doing a lot of YouTube advertising, which is pretty cool because the bulk of your ads are going to be free, just so you know. If you guys watched our How to Build a Mortgage Lead Engine series, then you know what I mean when I say you could get free ads. Probably 60 to 70% of the ads you run on YouTube are going to be completely free. So that's pretty darn cool. So your budget can be extremely small if you're primarily using YouTube. And what I mean by that is maybe 50, 60 bucks a month, and that's on the high end. Most people are spending only about 20 to 30 bucks a month. But if you're in a huge city, that could easily go up to 60 bucks a month. But if you're in a medium-sized city, yeah, $20, $30 a month on YouTube. And then on Facebook, usually your budget starts out larger and then actually gets smaller as you go along because your ads become more and more effective. And the more effective they get, the higher your CTR, the lower your cost. So most folks I tell to maybe budget 125 bucks a month for Facebook, depending on how many leads you want to capture. But usually that's good for enough leads to keep you pretty darn busy. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like Steve just posted the URLs to the previous sections here, so I'll be posting those for you guys. All right, Christopher, yeah, if you're having trouble with that, just shoot that over to me, an email, cweber@averagejoelo.com. Okay. All right, so let's see. All right, Nick, Chad, can you spy on your competitors' ads? Absolutely, absolutely. Is my audio still coming through okay? Because I've had two folks mention that the audio or the sound was getting a little spotty. Is everybody still able to hear me just fine? Okay. Okay, good deal. Good deal. All right. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just scrolling through the questions, guys. If I missed your question, go ahead and re-ask it now. I have a couple hundred questions here, and I'm trying to delete the ones that I've already answered here. Okay, building trust and credibility. Absolutely, Joel. Absolutely. All right, so I see some of you guys asking, can I reference content on Realtor.com if I don't have time to create the content myself? And that's a great question. And the answer to that is absolutely, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. Okay, let me share something with you. And this is typically, you're about to get a freebie. This is typically something that I only teach in advanced advertising classes. But check this out. What I like to do, if I'm going to reference content on a third-party site, which is always great to do in that the sense that it builds credibility and trust from the individuals that are watching or reading the content because of the fact that it's like, hey, you know what, this person's really trying to help me out. They don't mind sending me to another website. And that third-party website carries credibility if it has a big name like Realtor.com. But what I like to do is, I drop the pixel first. So I'm using the third-party content as bait, in other words, saying, hey, you know, go check out this awesome article over here at Realtor.com. But in order to get there, they first have to click on something of mine that drops a tracking cookie. So now I know that they went and read that article. So now I know I got somebody that's interested. But number two, I sometimes will also place a bridge page between my site and the third-party site. Now, a bridge page is one of those lightbox style pages that pops open. Oftentimes you'll see it on really, really big pages. Even Yahoo does it. You know, a lot of the big news sites do it. And it's when you click on an article. I know Inc. and Entrepreneur Magazine do it. When you click on an article, every second or third article, a bridge page will pop open that says, okay, your article's loading, but in the meantime, check out this ad or check out this video. And they do it because it works. I know people will tell me, hey, you know what, I hate that. It annoys me. But you know what? It works. It gets you more leads. So the people who say, hey, I'm annoyed by that and leave, those weren't your target audience anyways, guys. right? It works. So that's the way that I will leverage third-party content typically. All right, so let's see here. What is your email address? Let me pop my email address here. For any of you that have had trouble signing up, if you've had any trouble, because oftentimes when you have a crush of people all at once showing up, sometimes it gets a little wonky. So I'm putting my email address out there for you guys. Just email me. And yes, 200, that is a hard limit, guys. We're not making exceptions on the 250 folks. All right, so I just sent that out, cweber@averagejoelo.com. So everybody should have my email now, cweber@averagejoelo.com. Okay, so I've been able to send, it keeps telling me authentication. All right, no, you should be fine, Letitia, so just send an email to the cweber@averagejoelo.com. Okay, so Chad, what basic items will I need? Okay, so website, landing page, Facebook page, YouTube channel, what basic tools will I have to have? Okay. Great question, Boyd. So yeah, basically what I recommend is you don't have to have a website, but I do recommend it, especially just in this day and age, absolutely. You don't have to have a Facebook page either, a fan page, but again, I typically recommend that. And as far as YouTube, you definitely want to have a YouTube account just for the simple fact that you want to be able to deploy ads, and they're going to force you to have a YouTube account and a Google account. So if you have a Gmail, for example, then just basically activate. YouTube is attached to your Gmail, your Google Plus is attached, Google AdWords is attached. All of that I would recommend to be turned on. But those are all free accounts to set up, right? So I would definitely recommend that. And as far as landing pages, absolutely. I can't imagine doing business without a good landing page. So if you have a landing page software you like, great. If you want to use WordPress to deploy your landing pages, great. If you want to use our landing page software, our mortgage lead pages, we're about to redeploy that with, we're powering up our mortgage lead pages. We're basically rewriting the software right now, which is why we're not taking on new clients for mortgage lead pages, is because we're rewriting it to add advertorial pages. So you're not just going to have landing pages, but you're going to have complete advertorial style pages. So you won't even have to design those yourself if you're a member of Mortgage Lead Pages. But again, Mortgage Lead Pages is separate from the Mortgage Ads Club. But we do have bundle packages for folks that just want to step in and say, okay, give me everything, right? So just contact me if that's something that you're wanting to do. All right. Okay, Chad, can I use this in the UK? Absolutely, Philip. Actually, the software is designed to search multiple countries as far as ads. So you can actually put in there, if you just want to limit your searches to UK-based ads instead of United States and Canada, then you have that option. Okay, I believe there's 28 states that it searches as of this moment. All right. Okay, great. Good questions, guys. All right, so I'm just going through and I'm deleting the questions I've already answered, trying to find. So yeah, the CWeber, it looks like, all right, so we got what, 20, 30, 33. So it looks like 39 of you have already jumped on board, but I also get a lot of you guys saying that it was timing out. If it's still timing out for you, just send to cweber@averagejoelo.com. All right, so Stephanie, Chad, in your opinion, how much time should we allocate for this each week and each month? Typically, when it comes to running ads, the beauty is that you don't need to spend a lot of time on it. Now, one thing that you do need to spend time on that I recommend is the research, using the software initially. And I may spend a couple hours on that. But you know why I'm doing that is because I'm not just setting up a single campaign. What I'm doing is I'm saving everything that I really see that's crushing it in my market, saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to use this one ad here as my upfront ad, but I've found all these other wonderful ads that I'm going to use as my content for my retargeting. And once I've done that couple of hours of research, it's not something that I need to keep doing over and over again. I'm done. To actually deploy the ads on a typical week, I mean, you're looking at about 30 minutes. maybe 45 minutes to run everything on a typical week. It doesn't take a lot of time. And as you go along, it takes up less and less time. But up front, the very first time when you're doing your initial research, I recommend that you allot yourself several hours because you want to see these things. You don't just want to do a minimal search and say, okay, I'm done. No, you want to really do yourself justice here because you have such powerful information at your fingertips. Why not spend time getting creative with your search terms, your keywords, and all that good stuff to really find the good stuff? Okay. So, okay, I'm seeing questions again about the difference between the starter plan and the domination. The starter plan is the Facebook software and the members area. Okay, the domination plan, in 7 to 10 days, we're rolling out the software that will allow you to search 100% of the web and see every single ad out there. You get your competitors' reports. You get your updates and manual critiques and reviews from me. We're basically just kind of stepping in saying, hey, everything that we can do to remove any potential obstacle that could be slowing you down. That's what we're here to do. Okay. All right. So I see some folks asking again. Okay, to sign up, the domination plan is mortgageadsclub.com/domination. Just go to mortgageadsclub.com for the starter plan. Okay. Okay, Nick, Chad, does the club include the realtor referral approach that you mentioned in your Christmas video? Okay, so Nick is referring to my Merry Christmas video, Christmas Eve, that we sent out there, and I had mentioned a strategy that would be rolled out in either February or March for getting realtors. That is not currently available just yet, Nick. That's a completely separate website and something that I'm going to teach that's pretty darn incredible for getting realtors. It's just going to blow your mind. But using the Mortgage Ads Club is one heck of an incredible way to get realtors as well if you're using some of the recommendations and things that we'll be teaching you. So yeah, you can use this to get realtors right away. Absolutely. And I'll be teaching some really cool strategies for that. All right. Will there be a replay? Yeah, Jim, I'll send out a replay, guys, as soon as I can. Typically, it goes out within within 24 hours. We'll have a replay, so the video will be ready to rock and roll. But if I can get it out same day, then you could bet I'll get it out to you as soon as possible. Okay. All right. So I have some more questions, or I see some more questions about other countries. Yes. If you're in a country outside of, say, Canada or UK or Australia, then go ahead and send me a message, and I'll give you a list of all the countries that this functions in. All right. Okay, so I'll see some other questions here. All right, so yeah, just send an email over to cweber@averagejoelo.com, Nick, and anybody, if you're having trouble on the purchase page, we have a huge amount of people on there all at the same time, so it could be giving you trouble there or timing out. So just send me an email, cweber@averagejoelo.com, and I'll get you all signed up. All right, just send me an email, let me know which program you're interested in. Okay, so I'll do my best to get you guys signed up before we hit that 250 limit. All right. Okay, let's see. There, just the landing page. Get that. All right, so Terry, Chad, do you offer a complete done-for-you copy and paste systems for ad, landing page, and follow-up, etc.? Yeah, send me a message, Terry. That is a service that we provide on an as-available basis. Now, I will just be upfront with you that typically we're pretty booked solid in that department, and that's probably one of our most popular services that fills up very quickly, and as you might imagine, it's a very time-intensive service. So So if you just send me a message, tell me kind of what you're looking for and what area you're looking to target, and I'll pass that on to my assistant, who will get back with you and let you know if we have any openings, or if not, when we will have our soonest available opening on that particular service. Okay? All right. Okay, absolutely. Okay, Chad, what is the average amount of dollars spent to drive these ads? Okay, so I think we did get to that one earlier, but typically, first of all, it just depends on which website you wish to market on. YouTube is one of the cheapest places to advertise right now, and I'll just go ahead and explain why. YouTube has a feature called TrueStream. And what that TrueStream means is these are the ads that, let's say you click to watch a video. So let's say somebody is clicking to look at some houses, some house walkthroughs, videos in your area, and you tell YouTube, okay, whenever somebody goes to view a home for sale in this area, show my ad. And most realtors have not figured out yet that they can turn that off. So you'll be able to run ads on most of your competitors, or even mortgage videos, mortgage and credit style videos, finance videos. So you tell YouTube that you want to show an ad. Well, here's the beautiful thing, is with the TrueStream technology, if that ad is over 30 seconds, so let's say it's a 45-second ad, and the person doesn't watch it for a minimum of 30 seconds, let's say they click out of it after 26 seconds, you don't get charged for that ad. You don't get charged for that view. If the ad is just 30 seconds, unless they watch the whole thing, you don't get charged for that, and so forth. So the beautiful part of that is you could just get massive exposure and branding by having your ad seen over and over and over and over again. Unless that person is sitting through and watching the entire darn video, you're not getting charged. That's why it's so cheap. And Facebook's starting to do something similar with their video ads. So yeah, you can get away with a very, very low budget if you know exactly which ad types to take advantage of. So yeah, that's something that we'll be teaching in the Mortgage Ads Club. Okay, so I'm scrolling through some more questions. If I missed you guys, I apologize. Just go ahead and ask again. Okay, all right, so Jeff is asking about our Loan Officer Marketing Lab. Does this make Loan Officer Marketing Lab obsolete? No, absolutely not. The Loan Officer Marketing Lab is our membership for folks wanting to learn basically all sorts of different advertising strategies. But the focus of the lab, we're getting ready to activate our 2016 content for Loan Officer Marketing Lab. So those of you that are still members of Loan Officer Marketing Lab or looking to become members, that's something that is, oh boy, it's just going to, we have all new content, some brand new strategies for everything from realtor referrals to video marketing to SEO to your website, building a website, just all sorts of different content. It's a huge website. It's been around since 2005. And we update it every single year, so always the latest and greatest. So it doesn't make that obsolete. It's just they're two very different approaches and targets. Okay. All right. So Adam, absolutely yes, we have been recording. Chad, can I use this on my iPad? Absolutely, absolutely yes. You can definitely log in and view your content from the iPad. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Sounds good, guys. All right. So what are the general costs of Facebook ads? And actually, I see three of those questions from three different angles. Facebook ads, typically, guys, a click is going to run you about, if your CTR is good on Facebook, it's going to run you about 25 cents to 30 cents, depending on how competitive your particular market is. Now, your typical loan officer is experiencing about $1 to $1.25 a click because they really don't know what they're doing from a CTR standpoint, and that's just either they've gotten some bad advice or they're just throwing ads out there and then wondering why their costs are going up, and that's because their CTR rate is not where it needs to be. So if you know what you're doing, though, your average cost per click should be down to about 25 cents. If you're in a hyper-competitive market, that could be as high as 40 to 50 cents a click. Okay, but still light years better than what your typical AdWords $9, $10, $15, and $20 a click is. So still very, very cheap when all is said and done. Okay, so yes, looks like we still have about 80% of you still sticking around here. If I missed your question, guys, then definitely let me know. Okay, how do we set up a pixel? Okay, so yeah, I'd like to get into that at some point too. Yeah, the pixel, as far as setting up pixels and all that tracking and retargeting, guys, that is something that we teach in the members area as well. Absolutely. Okay, Chad, what kind of metrics have you seen, such as response, close ratio, etc.? So Adam, looks like you asked that quite a bit ago. So my apologies. It kind of got buried underneath a bunch of other questions. It really depends. There's really no straightforward answer to that question, just because of the fact that it's very much influenced by what niche you're going after, what your target city is, and then what your demographics are. However, with that said, oftentimes what we typically strive for, and is very, very, very doable, is most folks will see about if you're just going after general purchase and you're capturing them very early in that process, you're only going to see about a 1 or 2% close ratio on the short end. And what I mean by that is right away. Folks that are looking for instant closings, and there's a reason for that. It's because we're capturing folks deliberately who are super early in their buy process, right? So that's why the close ratio might seem low, is because we're deliberately capturing them when we already know that they're a couple months out, because we don't want them to have a realtor yet. We don't want them to have a loan officer yet, because we want to be their loan officer, plus we want to be the one that recommends the realtor, so that we have referrals to give realtors, so that we can get referrals in return, right? So the initial close rates typically between 1 and 2%. However, if we come back and look at the close rate 3 months down the road, we typically see that now the close rate has doubled or tripled, because now these folks are starting to pop because they're finding their homes, right? So they're no longer fresh, just out in the market, just now starting to look. So yeah, we can generally see for a general purchase at about the 90-day mark, we can see 4, 5, 6% close rates, and you're spending next to nothing on generating these leads because they're self-generated. We're not buying leads, right? Now, for other niches, we've even seen as high as 10 and 11% close ratios. But again, I hate to throw those numbers out there, because I don't want to mislead anybody into thinking that they're going to experience the exact same thing, because it's your demographics and your target market that's going to dictate that, right? But what we have to look at is it's also going to depend on which company you're going to model your landing pages after and your ads after. When you start looking at a lot of these things and seeing these successful campaigns, which one you decide to go after will dictate what that close ratio is. Okay, so follow-up also, obviously, it plays a significant role, but those are all things that we teach in the members area as well. So we'll show you how to maximize that close ratio. All right. So good deal. All right, so yeah, guys, anybody that's had trouble, if you've had trouble signing up, cweber at averagejoelo.com. Again, that's cweber at averagejoelo.com. Or you can also call us. Let me put my phone number out there. I'm going to just kind of pull up a fresh screen here for you guys. If you can give me just one moment here, and I will put that out there. You can also call Now, you might have to leave us a message because we generally get a whole lot of phone calls after one of these sessions. But I'll have somebody standing by to give you a call back, typically today. And yes, we do still have openings, guys. We still have openings for both the starter package as well as the domination package. So let me go ahead and, there you go. There's the phone number, guys. So if you just give that a jingle and leave a message, and but based off a time and date stamp, we'll know if you made it in before the 250 limit is reached, okay? So just let me know, and our guys will get back with you, and we'll make sure that you get a spot. All right, so 636-887-0996. There's my email as well, so either one of those to reach out to us. And guys, I look forward to working with you and helping you get these things started. So I hope that you're as excited about the functionality as I am. There's a lot of really, really neat things that can happen here. We'll be showing you how to get these things deployed. All right, so removing the mystery to online ads. All right, folks, so again, we roll out tomorrow is when the actual logins will be generated. Okay, so you will get your logins and all that good stuff tomorrow, and you'll be able to immediately access your Facebook ad software. You'll be able to access the members area, and then we have some live trainings and interaction that will take place to start teaching you some of these traffic sources so that you'll be able to just start tapping into it right away. Okay, guys, if I missed any questions, then feel free to shoot me an email, and I look forward to getting you on board and helping you any way that I can. Thanks again, guys. You make it an absolutely awesome rest of the day. Bye now.